there friends and neighbors, hi, I'm Rob Reviews, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Godzilla Wars 40th Anniversary Collector's Edition set from Trendmasters Toys. Does that name ring a bell to any of you at all? Probably too young, or maybe you just didn't know. I'm sure some of you know. If you're watching this video, you gotta know. Trendmasters Toys basically ruled the toy industry from 1994 to 2002. Unfortunately, they closed their doors in 2002, losing most of their IPs to the likes of Jakks Pacific. But Trendmasters Toys was mostly known for their Godzilla line. This Godzilla line specifically, the Japanese Godzilla line, as well as the 1998 film Godzilla and their line with that, which, despite the movie being a little bit of a stink bug, those toys are still some pretty hard to find collector's items these days. According to a recent poll, they are actually some of the most purchased vintage toys online right now. But I'm going to get to more about what Trendmasters was after the video. But before this goes on a little bit too long, let's open these guys up and take a good old look at them. Alright everybody, I got all the figures out of the packaging and I am actually going to show you them one by one and then compare them with the originals, simply because I tried getting a wide shot of these guys and there's just so much color imbalance going on everywhere and this camera is not that great, so I'm just going to show you all of them up close and personal and then show you the originals and all that. But the first thing I wanted to point out, A, this box is in fantastic condition minus the creases, had all the bendy ties in there, so I don't think these figures really were, any of them really left the box, so wow, I kind of feel like an idiot for taking them out, but whatever. And one of the other things I wanted to talk about was this. This is the Trendmasters postcard. I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid. But yeah, basically they say thank you. You can pause that if you want to read it. And you fill out a little survey, and then you flip it over and you send it to them. Rest in peace, Trendmasters. You are one of the greats. So first I'm going to start with my favorite figure of the bunch. Well, my number one favorite. I have a second favorite too. I got two favorites, alright? Leave me alone. And that would be Molten Burning Godzilla, as I like to call him, because this guy is on fire! He is cast in a red, orangish vinyl or resin. I am not sure which these figures were made from, but we got the copyright right there, 1994, Toho, made in China, 1994, Trendmasters Incorporated. And so we got the orange as the base. We got this nice little streams of purple along the ridges of the dorsal fins and on the tail, on the sides and fronts, and the connecting part of the thigh and the torso, and on the other side as well. Even on the back of his arms there is purple, and I really like that. His eyes are yellow, teeth are white, and his dorsal fins are a nice mac and cheese yellow, as I like to call it. And his nails are black, and I really like that. Now here is the original Godzilla with his blue dorsal fins and his bonish, tannish, himinish claws right there, and toes, and his teeth are white as well, and this one has red eyes. And here are both of them side by side. They're of the same mold, just different colors. And here is Space Godzilla. And Space Godzilla's black and red, and he looks freaking amazing. Oh man, black and red Space Godzilla. Never thought I'd see the day. I know there's a couple figures out there of Space Godzilla where he's black and red, but holy moly, does this look awesome. Oh, the dorsal crystals, I guess you could say, are all red. Tip of the tail is red. The rest of his body is black. The stomach, it's got a little bit of like a little yellowish green in there, if you can really see it, going into the red. And then everything else is the same except for the crest up here. The crest looks like it's more red than the middle ground orange like the blue one has, that I'll show you in a minute, and a little more greenish yellow than yellowish green, if that makes any sense. And this is the original, as you can see right up front. Oh boy, let's get a good focus on here. Yeah, it starts out as like a green going into the yellow, and then the middle of the crest has more orange as the tip goes into red.
He's got a little bit of a Rastafarian thing going on here because the blue fades into the yellow, which turns it a little green, which goes into the yellow, which goes into the reddish orange over here. And I always really like that about Trendmaster Space Godzilla. Always look really cool. And, you know, the rest of him is blue. He's got his white nails, teeth, and dorsal crystals as well. Next up is Gigan. Now, Gigan is sporting a rather different, radically different paint scheme than his normal version does. His skin is all black, while his chest area is a bit more of a faded gold, while his mouth, spikes, chainsaw, tip of the tail, spikes on his back, and his feet are sporting silver. His back has like this nice baby metallic blue fading into the gold, and I really like that. Other than that, mold hasn't changed, and the eyes and the mouth have not changed either. And I'll show you that right now. Here's the original. He's got his gold and his green. It's got that bone white for the mouth, the spikes, tip of the tail, his feet, his buzzsaw belly, and his hooked thingies. Yeah, here they are together. Lovely little bunch. Next we have Mechagodzilla 2, or Super Mechagodzilla, or whatever you would like, Godzilla, whatever you would like to call him. Now, right now I'm trying to get a good spot on the eyes, because the eyes are red. And they're normally not red, so, yep, there you go. He's got red eyes. And the rest of him, the rest of him is gold. His right arm seems to be a little bit more darker than the rest of his body. I don't know if that was like an aging thing or if that's just how he was painted, but he looks cool. And he's got that same weird shading on the back and side of his head over here. Not too sure what that's about. Could be discoloration of the paint. Could just be the way he was painted. I don't know. Makes him unique. And I love him the way he is. Just the way he is. 10 out of 10. And then here is the original Mechagodzilla 2, Super Mechagodzilla. He is all silver with yellow eyes. And up next, our other mecha in the line is Mogira. Now this Mogira is sporting a dark metallic blue, a little bit of black, and some yellow for the eyes, a yellowish green. Kind of looks like lemonade that has too much sugar in it. But yeah, here we go. This isn't painted. This is normally painted, well, this is painted a different color on the original, but this is normally painted. I don't know if that was just missed or if that's what they intended. And then there's the back of the figure, and there's his butt port. So I'll put him down, and here's the original. His nose is a little curved, but as you can see, I kind of just noticed this now, actually. The upper part of his head right here is actually painted yellow, along with his eyes, while this version, it's just left blank. I don't know if that was another thing left out, but here's the other thing I was talking about. This is normally blue, and well, it's blue here and everything, but was that supposed to be black? I don't know. But yeah, these are the two, let's zoom out. These are the two Mogiras, how they differ. Here he comes. Batra, and this Batra is wildly different from the original, and I really like him because he kind of looks like a neon moth that you would find on an alien world somewhere. I really like his repaint. He is wildly different from the original. And speaking of the original, let's get him in here. As you can see, this one is more darker as opposed to this one being a little bit more brighter. Really cool. Up next is Godzilla's trusted sidekick sometimes, and that is Angus. Now, unfortunately, no matter how many takes I have done of this guy, you can't really see the purple on him too well. Like, there's a lot of purple over here. There's purple along his legs and his chest right here, a little bit of yellow, and along the bottom of the tail. So, I mean, you can see it a little bit, like at this angle, just not as well. I wish you really could see it better, but I guess putting, you know, two of the same Spectrum-esque kind of colors in there on the same figure wasn't really, the greatest of ideas. But I highly doubt Trendmasters thought that people would be doing video reviews of their figures on the internet years and years later. But yeah, this one's got some yellow eyes going on. Now let's bring in the OG, where he's got a purple belly, some black skin. His eyes are more of a lime green, while the others is yellow. And I think you could tell, yeah, his spikes are a little bit darker than his. Aside from, you know, being blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. Sorry, just had to throw that in there. And next we have Biolante, and Biolante is, whew, man. Oh boy, Queen Planny over here, man. It looks like a gigantic evil cabbage now, more than ever. But first off, first thing I wanted to talk about, because I thought it was interesting, these teeth look black, but they're actually a darker shade of green. Like you can see right here, and even on the gums over there, you can see the green kind of bleeding through in there. And I thought that was a really, really nice touch, instead of just making them black, like, you know. And on the feet as well, her stomach orb is just purple this time. The inside of the mouth is the same. The eyes are the same. And these are more green. These are not black. These are a darker green. And on the back we have the dorsal area painted purple. And I don't know. I really like this version of Biolante. And here is the original, painted in a darker green with an orange stomach with a little bit of purple around the edges. The tan bonish white for the teeth and the side teeth over here, and the dorsal section back here is just like a darker, almost really like dark greenish purple almost. That's the best way I can go about describing it. And last but certainly not least, Godzilla's greatest nemesis ever, Mecha King Ghidorah. And as you can see, he is jet black. He is jet black and a almost like a baby blue teal for the metallic parts. But yeah, if we look right here, we can see that Mecha King Ghidorah's center head has a lighter green eye, while the original has a darker green eye. These eyes are still red, and they look extra creepy this way, very demonic looking. The innards black, teal. Nothing different with the nails, and the tip of the tail back here is painted silver, and so is the wings. And this guy looks freaking cool. I thought it'd be pretty damn cool if King Ghidorah was originally black, but you know, gold is just as good. It makes him extra grand, might I say. No pun intended. But yeah, here is original Mecha King Ghidorah.
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed my little review / comparison video of the Godzilla Wars 40th Anniversary Collector's Edition sets of both the repaints and the original versions. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said that I would talk a little bit more about Trendmasters, but before I do that, I gotta give credit where it's due. And the credit belongs to Trendmasters Prototype Toys, which is a Facebook page, and it is run by a good friend of mine by the name of Jonathan Tchaikovsky. Jonathan Tchaikovsky is a huge Trendmasters collector. This guy has stuff that has never seen the light of day, that nobody knew was actually getting made, and it's just crazy how much stuff this guy has. It's like a toy history lesson. Sure, they were well known for their Godzilla stuff, but they were doing the likes of Tarzan, King Kong, even Osmosis Jones, Casper, Gumby even. And I'm not too sure if those Gumby ones were released. But if you want to be sure about that, you should check his Facebook page out. That is Trendmasters Prototype Toys. There will be a link in the description below. Jonathan, my man, thank you so much for posting a link to this auction on eBay, because without that, I would not have these today. And thank you so much for sharing pictures of your collection and information and absolutely everything you could possible about Trendmasters. It has been great learning about it, and it has been great seeing all that was and what could have been. So everybody, this will be my final video of 2016. It's crazy to think that, holy crap, I've been doing this since July. So I will see you all at the beginning of 2017 with my top lists of 2016. That will be Eat Peas, Records, Video Games, and Movies. Thank you all for sticking around. We just hit 80 subscribers. That's really freaking cool. So until 2017, everybody, I have been Rob Reviews of Crazy Calyx, and I will see you all next time. May Screon be with you all.